All right, in this video, we're going to be going over how to calculate the height of a binary tree. So here on the right is just an example of a binary tree. And in order for us to calculate the height of such a tree, we're going to need to define two things. So of course, first we're going to need to define what does it mean to calculate the height of a tree. So the height of a tree is the height of its root node. So in this case here for this tree, the root node is given by this node here with data element 1. But then what does it mean to calculate the height of a node? So the height of a node is the number of edges on the longest path between that node and the leaf. So what we're going to do is we're going to start at this leaf node, and we're going to figure out what's the longest path that we can take from this node to any leaf node. So this is a leaf node here with 3, this is a leaf node here with 5, and this is a leaf node here with 4. So we could traverse to this leaf node, which would make us traverse a single path. We could traverse to this leaf node here, which would allow us to traverse 2 paths. And likewise, we could also traverse to the last leaf node here, which would allow us to traverse 2 paths as well. So the longest path in this case is 2, which takes us to either 4 or 5. So the height of this particular binary tree is going to be 2. Similarly, we could calculate the height of any of the other nodes in the tree as well, not just the height of the tree, which is the height of the root node, but we can also ask, what is the height of this node over here? So again, we ask, what is the number of edges on the longest path between this node and a leaf? So we can start from this node and traverse this path here, that takes us to a leaf. We can also traverse this path over here, and that takes us to a leaf. So in both cases, the path length is 1. So the height of this particular node is going to be 1. And then we also define the height of a leaf node. So the distance between any leaf node and itself, there's no paths it needs to traverse. So therefore, the height of any leaf nodes, these 4, 5, and 3 data element nodes, are going to have height 0. So I've gone ahead and just written in red the heights of each of these nodes to the left of the nodes, respectively. So what we're going to want to do is we're going to write a program that's going to allow us to, given an arbitrary binary tree, calculate the height of the tree, that is, calculate the height of the root node. And what we're going to be doing is we're going to be going through this idea in detail, and then we're going to be writing up at the end a Python implementation of this code using the Python file that we've been working with in this series on binary trees. So all of that will be on my GitHub profile, and you can download the code that we'll be using in this video so you don't have to write it out yourself. So basically what we want to kind of think of is a way in which we can calculate the height of a tree. And as it turns out, for a lot of algorithms for trees, this is going to be done, in this case, recursively. Of course, you could do anything recursively, iteratively as well, and we'll go over that in another video. But in this case, we're going to consider the recursive way in which we can calculate the height of a tree. So let's think about this recursively then. So if we start in this root node, we don't know the height of this root node over here. But one way we could get at that is we could ask, what is the height of everything on the left? Namely, how many edges do we need to traverse from everything on the left to get to this node? And then how many edges do we need to traverse from everything on the right, this right subtree over here, which in this case is just a node, to get to this node over here? Because if we knew the height of this subtree here, and if we knew the height of this subtree here, we could take the max between them. So in this case, the height of this node we know is 1 from this line over here, and we know the height of this node is 0. And so therefore, all we would need to do in order to figure out the height of this node up here is take the max between these two, which is 1 in this case, and then add 1 to it, which would give us this last edge here, and that would give us the height of the tree. So the basic idea is kind of breaking the problem down in a way that just keeps going down recursively throughout the tree, so that way we can kind of ask this question eventually on nodes that we can answer the question on, namely these nodes here, which would be the leaf nodes that we know will be of height 0, and then we can kind of recursively work our way back until we get to the root node, which is going to give us the height of the tree. So that's the basic idea, and we're going to go over that idea in depth. So this is going to sort of be our scratch pad for how we're going to go over calculating the height of a binary tree. And what I have here is really the very concise function that we will be eventually writing in Python to add to our binary tree functions at the end of this video. But here it is for completeness. And what I'll be doing is I'll be highlighting different parts of this code so that we can see where it is in the execution when it comes to recursively calling itself. So let me just briefly go over what this function is doing. So the base case of this recursive function is we're checking if the node that we're on is none, because if the node that we're on is none, we're going to want to return -1. And the reason that we're going to want to return -1 instead of 0 or 1 or anything like that will become clear as we go through this execution of this code. So for instance, if we go back up to this tree and we're on this node here, if we check the left child of this node, that's none. If we check the right child of this node, that's none. And then what we want to do is we want to return the max of 1 plus the height of this guy and the height of this guy, which we know that we've got -1 here and here for the left and right children, because that's what our base case said to do. So we add 1 to that, and that's going to give us, it's essentially going to put us back up here to this node, which is going to give us a height of 0 for this particular node there. So that's going to be kind of the base case that we're going to hit when we encounter leaf nodes. So otherwise what we're going to do is we're going to recursively call the height function, and we're going to recursively call them on the left and right subtrees of this tree that we're given. So in this line here, we're calculating the left height, which we get by just checking the left child of the node that we are currently processing if it's not none. And then likewise, we'll make a recursive call to the height function here on the right subtree by calling node.right. And we'll store that into this right underscore height variable here. And then once we've completed the recursive calls, we'll return 1 plus the max of left and right, which is exactly what we were doing here. We were calculating the max of what was returned from a node with none and another node with none, which was -1, -1. Max of that is -1. Add 1, that's going to give us 0, which is the height of this node. And that's exactly what we saw for calculating the height of this root node as well. We were taking the max of the left subtree, in this case was 1, and the right subtree, which in this case was 0. So that's kind of the basic idea. So let's go ahead and step through the execution of this code. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to feed in the root node of the tree, which is this node right here. So we're going to feed in that node, we're going to hit this if condition, and it's going to not trigger because we can see here the node is not none. So what we're going to do then is we're going to skip over this -1, and we're going to hit this first recursive call to the function. So what we're going to do is call height recursively with the left child here, which in this case will be 2. So we'll go ahead and we'll make that recursive call, we'll jump back up to this function, and now the node that we're on is this node here. So we've called that recursively, we're on this height function again, only on this node, and then we check if this node is none. So again, just like before, this node is definitely not none. So what we do is we skip over that -1, and we make a recursive call to height again. So you can kind of see that I'm putting that into the left-hand column of this table. So we're making another recursive call to height with the left child of this node now. So we'll go ahead and do that. So we do that, we make a recursive call to that function, we go back up to this function now that we've gone ahead and passed in this node here, which is the left node of 2. We pass that in, we check if that's none, it's not. It's got the data element 4. So what we do then is we skip over that return -1, and we make yet another recursive call to the height function for the left child of 4. So the left child of 4 in this case is none. So there's nothing to the left of 4. So in this case, we'll go back up, we'll call this recursively, and we will hit this if condition, and it will trigger, and we'll return -1. So we're back up after that return statement, we're back up to processing this node up here. We found out that there's nothing there on the left. So then we say, okay, we've processed that left. Let's go ahead and check out the right of this node and see if there's anything there. So we go ahead and recursively call the height function within the stack frame here on the right to see if there's anything there. So we go ahead and do that. We call that recursively. We know there's nothing there. So this if statement gets triggered. We return -1, and that takes us back into finishing these two recursive calls for this node here. So what we do in this case then is we go to this return statement. We return 1 plus the max of left and right. So again, the left and right nodes were both none, and we know that our base case in this case was to return -1. So I hope the reason that we're returning -1 is becoming clear in this case. So -1, the max of -1 on the left and -1 on the right, and then adding 1 to that is going to give us 0. So that's what's denoted here in red above this node. So that's what's going to give us this 0 here. So we'll keep moving along. So let's go back up now. So we are on the right, we're on this node here, and we want to process the right since we've already processed the left. So we're going to go ahead and do a recursive call on this node here to whatever's on the right of it. So we go ahead and call that recursively. That's going to jump back up into the function, the recursive call we just made. We check if it's none. It's not none because it's got the data element 5. So we're going to skip over that -1. And then what we're going to do, we're on this node 5, we check if there's anything to the left of this node. So we make a recursive call to whatever is on the left of this particular node. So we go ahead and do that, but in this case, of course, this node, there's nothing to the left of it. It has no left child. So we're going to go ahead and return -1. So we return -1, we go back up to processing this node element here, and that takes us to the second recursive call of this node, which is checking the right child. So we go ahead and say, let's check the right child of this node. We check the right child, and of course we know that there's no child here, so the if statement is going to get triggered for whatever's on the right. We're going to return -1, and then when we do so, we're going to finish those two recursive calls for this node and return 1 plus the max of whatever the left height and right height were for this node. So it's a very similar case to what we had for this node down here. We're going to find that we're also going to get the height of 0 for this node as well. So that's going to return 0. So that goes ahead and returns 0, and then we go ahead and actually go back up to this node. We finished processing the left and right recursive calls for this node as well, so we're also on the return statement here. So we're going to return 1 plus the max of left and right. So we have left, we've processed that as 0, and then right, we've processed that as 0 as well. So 1 plus 0 is going to give us 1. So this is going to give us a height of 1 for this node. So that's going to go back up to the root node, which is where we started, and then we've already processed the left subtree, so now we're on the second line of the recursive call for this function here. So what we just did then is we went down, we fed it the right child of the root, and we're checking now if that right child is none. So the right child is not none. It is definitely not none because it has 3 in it. So then what we do is we make a recursive call to whatever is on the left of this particular node with 3. So we go ahead and recursively call that. When we do so, we know that it has no left child. So this recursive call that's going to go up here, it's going to hit this if statement. It's going to return -1. So we go ahead and go back to 3, try the right of this node here. We check the right, we know that it's null, and then we hit this if condition, we return -1 on the right as well. And then we've seen this before, we know that we've finished the recursive calls left and right for this particular node with 3. So we go ahead and do the final return for this node. So we return 1 plus the max of that. And in doing so, my cursor just kind of jumped there. In doing so, we know that we have a height here of 0. So we jump back up to this node here, which is the root, and we've completed our recursive calls for the left and right subtrees. So we go ahead and complete our final return statement here for this root node, and that's going to be 1 plus the max of left and right. So we've computed the left subtree height is 1, the right subtree height is 0, the max is 1, so adding 1 to that is going to give us 2, and that's exactly what our answer is. So that's the general idea of how this height function works. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and code this up in Python so that way we have this particular function in our binary tree arsenal. All right, so we are in the terminal here, and what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and calculate the height of a binary tree as we just described in the previous part of this video. I've gone ahead and created a binary tree that is exactly the type of example tree that we went through in the slides. So this particular piece of code is responsible for generating this tree here, which should look familiar because we just saw it on the previous slides. So let's go ahead and code up our height function. So we'll call it just height. It's going to be a member of the class that we've been building as part of this whole suite of binary tree functions. So I'll just make sure that I pass in the self parameter there. And then it's going to take a node, just like we did in the slides. So we're going to check that the node that we're given, if node is none, then what we're going to do is, remember, we're going to return -1. And then otherwise, if that's not the case, we're going to make our 2 recursive calls. So we'll say left height is equal to self.height, and then we'll go ahead and pass in the node that we're given with the left child of that node. And we'll do the similar thing. We'll say right height is equal to self.height, and then node.right. And then after we've made the recursive calls for the node that we care about, we're going to return 1 plus the max of left height and right height. And that's pretty much all we need for this function. So let's go ahead and go down here. So I've again created the tree based on our class that we've been creating in the previous series of videos. Let's go ahead and run this height function on this tree. So I'll say height, or I'll say tree.height, and then we'll pass in the root node of this tree. So we'll say tree.root, because remember we need to pass in a node for this function. And then what I'll go ahead and do is I'll just print this out to the screen so we can see the height of this tree. So I'm going to clear the terminal, and then I'm going to run the function. So I'm just going to say Python binary tree, and then we see that the height of this tree, as we saw in the slides, is 2. So that is the height of the root node. So that's pretty much it for this video. If you have any questions, comments, or anything else like that, please don't hesitate to leave them in the comment section of this video. As always, the code for all of these videos will be uploaded on my GitHub, and you can download them for free, of course, there. If there's anything else, please let me know. Otherwise, have a great day and happy coding.